Hello, and today we'll be checking out the plugin that's the Magento 2 product user activity plugin. And basically using this particular plugin, now the Magento 2 store owners would be able to track the user activity of the customers, and the admin can check the complete records of the actions, movements, and the pages that the customer visited, and can also send in the promotional or what we say as the social oriented emails to the customers with the required content and subject for each of the customers that are there. So we'll be checking out how this particular plugin works. So I'll just show you the different scenarios that can happen on the Magento 2 web store. For example, we are going to a catalog page. We are adding products for what we say as comparing. We can add the products to the wish list, into the cart. So all of these activities are being recorded by this particular plugin, and this gives the admin the option to check the different type of events that are happening, the respective URLs for each of the event types, and the page types, like the whether it's a page for the checkout, whether it's a category page, search page, wish list page, or a product page there. So first we'll see the customer flow, and side by side I'll be showing you the backend configuration for this plugin and how the admin can find all of these details there within the plugin configuration settings in the admin backend panel. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be first logging into my customer account, and before proceeding any further, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates from our end. And apart from that, please do give this particular video a thumbs up if you like the video. So this plugin doesn't work for the guest users, so our user must be logged into the account here on the web store so that the admin can track his activity there. So first of all, I'll be logging into my account by just entering my email password and then tapping here on the sign in button. So I'll just enter these details and I'll just tap here in the sign in button thereafter. So you can see that I've logged into my account. All right. Now let me open the backend panel as well side by side so I can give you a comparison for this particular workflow. So I'll just take you to the admin backend panel, and I'll just be logging into my admin panel first, and I'll be entering my password for the same, and thereafter I'll just tap here in the sign in button. So after the successful installation of this particular plugin, the web store admin would find this catalog user activity side menu option here on the side panel, and if I tap on that, we have the catalog activity option. Let me open that up in another window for the time being. So let's go to this. So this is the catalog activity page that you're seeing right now, and here you can find the particular ID for each of the catalog activity, the customer ID, the customer email, the product ID, the URLs. You can also see the event type, the page type, and the creation date as well. So here on the column for the page type, you have the category page. Right now, as you can see, we have the category pages. Apart from that, if I scroll down here, you can see the product pages, wish list, search, and more. So now let's go to the front end once again. So for example, if I go to gears section, and if I go to this subcategory of gears, that's the bags. Let me tap on that. Now this brings up the list of the bags that are there. Now this is one of the activities that we have done as a customer. So we have reached this particular section here. Now if I go to the catalog page and refresh this particular section, and we'll be seeing that this particular event would be shown here. So here's the customer ID, and here you can see that the URL on which the activity has been done is the bags.html. So this is the actual page that we were on right now, and the event type was the page load, and the page type was the category page. So here we are on the bags category page right now. Under the gears, we have the bags category page. Now if I go to a product page, so right now we are on the just duffel bag product page, as you can see, and now let me counter show you the same in the backend, how the admin can check this particular catalog activity. So now we'll be seeing that the event type and the page type would also be shown. So now you can see that the URL is the adjustable_back.html, the product page. The event type is on the page load. The page type is product page. As you can see, we are in the product page right now. And now let's see another what we say as the scenario. For example, if I'm adding this product to the wish list, let me tap here on the add to wish list button. You can see that the product is in the wish list right now. And if we go back to this catalog activity section here, the admin can find the details of the same. So here the admin can find the product URL, product ID, the URL as well. So here you can see that we are on the wish list there, and the event type was page load, and the page type is wish list page. So right now we are on the wish list page. That's why it's showing the page type as wish list. Before that we were on the product page, and just before that we were on the bags category page. Now here you can see that the event type is page load, and for the just duffel bag you can see that the event type was add to wish list. So from the page here, from the product page, we have tapped here on the add to wish list. This was not a page load, but it was the event wherein we just added the product into the wish list. Now similarly, if I tap here in the add to compare button, this particular link, so this product would be sent to the comparison list, and let's add one more product there under the bags category. So let me add this one for the comparison. So we can see that now let's go to the comparison list. So we're on the comparison product page right now, and if I go back to the catalog activity section, let me refresh this particular page. So whatever, for example, if we are going back or we are going to a product page on a category page, then these details would be basically saved as event types there. Now let me go to the catalog once again, and let me refresh this once again. And now let's scroll down a bit. So here you can see that this one, the ID number 237, it shows we were in the bags HTML. We had added it to compare, and the page type was category page. Then we have the catalog product underscore compare page, or the URL, and the event type was page load, and the page type was the product compare page, as you can see here. Now the same goes if a customer searches for a product. So for example, if I go ahead and I search this particular product using this particular section here, and let me tap here in the search button. So we have this just duffel bag being displayed now. Now let's go to the catalog activity. Let me refresh the page once again, and let's just scroll down a bit. Okay, so now you can see that this particular catalog activity is being displayed here. We had the catalog search result for the just duffel bag. The event type was the page load. On page load we got the results for the just duffel bag, and the page type was the search page. So here's the search page that we are on. Now let's add the product to the cart. So if I tap here in the add to cart button, you can see that the product has been added to the cart, into the shopping cart here. And if I go back to the admin here, and if we refresh the catalog activity page once again, so here you can see that the URL is the catalog search page, because we added it from the search page itself. And the event type was add to cart, and the page type was search. So the page type is search, and the event type that we did here was tapping the add to cart button, and it was added to the cart, and the same is being reflected here on the activity for this particular user. That's the page type is search, and the event type was add to cart. Apart from that, you can also see the created date as well for each of them. And apart from that, the admin can also make use of the filters here using the ID from and to values. Like these are the IDs here, like 241, 240. So you can search the same 210 to 214. And now if I type here in the apply one, the IDs between the 210 and 214 would be displayed, as you can see, along with the event type and the page types as well. Let's clear it out. And we can also make use of the created at, from, and to dates. We can use the product IDs, we can use the URL. We can also choose the event types, like we have the page load, add to cart, add to compare, redirect, add to wish list, and search pages as well. And then can tap here on the apply filters to filter the respective catalog activity there. We can also choose the page types as well. And the customer email can also be used for applying the filters. So according to the customer as well, now you can see all of those details are visible here for this particular customer. Now let's go back to the front end. Now let's proceed and place the order. So I'll just tap here on the proceed to checkout button. So we'll be redirected to the checkout. So first we'll be choosing our shipping address. So let me choose here the fixed rate. And now if I go back to the catalog section and refresh the page, let's see whether this activity is being recorded or not. So here we'll be checking the URL. That's the checkout URL that we are on right now. The event type is page load and the page type is checkout. Now let's proceed further. Let me tap next. I'll be choosing this and I'll be just tapping here on the place order button. So the order has been placed. Let's go back and let me refresh the page once. And here you can see that first we were on the checkout, then we went to checkout, one page success. The event type was page load and we have placed the order there. Now let's go to the backend panel and let's see what the different initial configuration settings are there for this particular plugin. But before that, let me show you how the store admin would be able to send out the communication to the customers. So for that, for example, I have this particular customer ID 2 and the URL this for wish list, and the event type is page load, page type is wish list. So what I need to do, I need to check this one, and for this particular customer I can choose the option from the drop down here. Under the actions drop down, I can choose send email, and then here we need to enter the subject of this particular email and the content as well. So it depends upon your requirement what content you want to set up for your customer there. And thereafter you just need to tap here in the send button, and the email would then be sent out with the particular details to that particular customer that we had selected under the catalog activity. So you can see that the email has been sent out to the customer there successfully. So whichever customer that you have here, you just need to select them up by checking the checkboxes, and from the drop down let's choose the send mail, and then set up the subject and the content. Depends upon your requirement, you can set any content here, and then just tap here on the send button to send the email to the respective customers there. Now let me show you how this particular email appears to the customers there. So for that, I've just opened this, and here you can see that the subject is visible here at the top, and it's from the admin. So the text that is written here can be customized from the admin backend panel, and the email as well that is used to send out the emails to the customers. And here you can see the content of this particular mail that we had entered earlier, and the same is visible to the customer there. Now that was much about the workflow of this particular plugin, and I hope it helped you out in understanding it there. Now let's see what are the initial configurations there for this particular plugin after we have successfully installed it up. So to make the initial configuration settings, we'll just navigate through stores and then configuration, and on the configuration page on the left hand side under the Webkul block, here we have the product user activity settings. So here we have the general settings. So here you can see that we have the promotional email that is sent out to the customers. So promotional emails are sent out. So from the drop down, we've already selected the product user activity email template that is used to send out the emails. Then we have to set up the admin email sender name. So here's the sender name that will be used. So I just showed you the same in the mail as well at the top left hand corner of in the section for the from. So you can customize it as per your own requirement. You can set any name, and that would be then visible to the customers there. And under the admin email, here you just need to enter the email that would be used for sending the emails or the promotional emails to the customers there. So that was much, and if you still have any questions, queries, suggestions, or requirements, then kindly reach back to us at support@webkul.com, or you can raise a ticket at webkul.uvdesk.com. Apart from that, you can also contact us through www.webkul.com/contacts. And lastly, do give this particular video a thumbs up if you like the video. And thanks for watching this particular video, and have a great day ahead.